Hell of a big market. 600 stalls. You take it out at the centre of this town, what you got? Fresh fish we carry, I would think I've got 40 or 50 different varieties of fresh fish. And then frozen fish, it's endless.
There's a chicken out.
Yeah. Pulling your bloody face, it's one of the best fish you can eat.
We start around 5:15, you know, start setting up, we get unloaded till about 8:30. So we carry on till about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a lot of time set pyramid in all the fruit. We don't just sling it on that, we like to take our time.
We must carry, what, 8 or 10 different types of prawns. We've got, you know, all your foreign stuff we carry now.
I had other jobs, but I fancied this. And I've carried on for the same bloke, Pete, what's to know my life.
Years ago, I wouldn't have dreamt of selling Alaskan king crab legs. Yeah, I do now, I stock them. It's an old-fashioned way of shopping, and that might be where fascination comes from, I don't know. Squid's quite popular. Obviously, they prefer to buy it bigger than what that is. That's only small. The Chinese buy it more than anybody. They in particular know how to handle it, don't they? You get your average English person wouldn't know how to cook a squid, would they? But then again, we're here to tell them that. You know, they only have to ask.
I've been at this game selling flowers for what, about 25 of me, 10 to 39 years. Flowers is a pitching game. But I mean, it's hard work to shout chrysanthemums because it's a long word. So hence you'll hear us shouting apples, pears, bananas on a flower stall. It don't matter what you shout as long as you're shouting. I mean, a one-on-one stall like a flower stall is a good way of making a living because you can have a laugh and a joke with the customers. I mean, if you're selling a pair of jeans, you've got to be like a shop. You can't mess the customer about. But I mean, you're walking across the other side of the street and I shout, "Oi, you look." And once you're looking at my gear, I've got you. I mean, I can convince you want it.
We've got a good market like this town. We should look, the councils, local government and government should look after these things. They're part of our heritage. You see, this is where trading started, where bartering started. It was always in the market. But you go on the continent, they look after their markets.
Wherever you go in the world, everybody flocks to markets. Go to Lanzarote. And what do you get in Lanzarote? Market. And everybody you talk to in Lanzarote has been to market. And they love it.
We should provide a service and entertain them and give them a laugh for the money. because they're looking after us. People care about what they're selling you now because they've got to make a living. They are personally in charge of their own shop, which means that the quality is top dollar all the time, and they have to sell it. So you're going to get the best value, which means it's good news for you and it's good news for them.
You're meeting people, you're getting that personal touch. It's nice to sort of say hello to somebody. Like, half of our customers on first name terms, so it's really good. Well, we have lots of regulars. With each stall they have their own different regulars.
Favourite part of my job is serving my customers. Setting up and serving customers. Always has been, you know. You go to a supermarket, you can't get any of that, do you? No, you've got to scream to get some help in a supermarket, don't you?
And I think that's a far more amiable and sociable atmosphere than some of the cold, stereotype supermarkets where it's just simply plastic money, a queue up in a till, and out you go.
Do the world of good to leave supermarkets alone. I'll shut them all down for a month and come down here. We'd have a fitter nation then. Not be so many slouches about. You know, there's a lot to say for it. Not getting any fresh air, they're not getting any good fresh fruit around them. But, yeah, I think they should shut supermarkets down for a month. Let people shop at markets and corner shops, see what they are missing, them that have never had it before. You all right, darling?
My family started with market trading 3 generations ago. It started with my grandfather around about the time of World War I. And I ummed and ahed and came into the sweet trade, and I've been in it ever since. We have a little factory in Borby. We're hoping to expand shortly, and we find that there is a demand, and a growing demand, for the old-fashioned, handmade, good quality, full-flavoured sweets. As far as colours are concerned, we do go for bright colours in our Yorkshire mixtures and pear drops and fishers. Mothers will come and say, my son's hypersensitive, have you got a boiled sweet that hasn't got any colours in or any artificial flavourings? And we can say, yes, certainly, because we make the boiled sweets ourselves and we know what we're talking about.
It should be a unique thing. It's very similar to a circus, fun fair, whatever. People come down, it's the thrill, the fun of the market, the excitement, the atmosphere. They should come down, have a look what traders have brought, and then they go away and everybody's happy, hopefully. That's what a market's about, that's how they started.
We do deal with the smaller sections as well, cheaper ranges, but we go right to the top of the range with all the, you know, French perfumes, and the same with the creams. We go right Elizabeth Arden and, you know, Estee Lauder, Lancome, all the best ranges we get, but very much cheaper.
I've got two, that's the one I've got up to the crystalline.
The girls just help them right from the beginning. If they want a colour of makeup, they'll show them on the hand, and, you know, they get the full treatment.
Well, I'll tell you which ones are nice. These, the Ritz, the Charles of the Ritz, they're nice.
I used to come when I was 4 with a shilling
On the Tuesday when I came home from school, she used to leave me a bag and a shilling, 5p now, we're talking about, and I had to come to the market because she didn't do any shopping. So I was to come to the market with a little list, and I got, like say, half a dozen oranges and some apples and some vegetables, and all for 10p. That's what, 4p now in these days, and I had twopence, that's less than 1p now, change to take home to her.
It was a beautiful market. You could get anything from a bloody pin to elephant in this market.
It's changed an awful lot. You know, the younger housewife, she wants what she wants. These days, I don't think, well, unless it's on a label or a microwave or whatever, they're not really taught at schools and that like they used to. Like, you know, when I were at school, I mean, domestic science were a wonderful subject. Everybody learned how to cook, didn't they? Even lads.
It's like the women now, when they want to do any cooking, they've got to get a packet. You know, it comes out of a tin or a bloody packet. It's no good for hotels, you know, they don't shop and buy a meat and cook it down to what they should do. Because they haven't got time. They're either telling it bloody tale, or they're out jumping up and down, getting rid of the weight, so old man likes them a bit slimmer. You know, but everything comes out of a packet. They don't cook anything now. You can't say, oh, go and make me a nice steak and kidney pie. They wouldn't even know where to bloody start.
We're getting the feeling that somebody in this country or in this government don't want outdoor markets anymore. All these stalls selling all these goods, millions of pounds worth a year, are all taking cash. And I think this is what's worrying them. And in the end, I think they'll close us for the simple fact that they can't keep tabs on what we're up to. And if they can't do it by legitimate means, they can slowly put road systems through, restrict parking to such a case where people won't come to the market or can't. And somewhere, I think there's a conspiracy. It'll never be found, and everybody will deny it. That's what there is.
I mean, I'm fortunate. I started when it was good. So I looked after my money, basically. But I know a lot of market traders are having it difficult.
Yes, it can be difficult. I enjoy the job I do. Times can be hard. Times are hard now. But what do? You know, do I pack it all in and become, you know, a lorry driver, a taxi driver? I'm my own boss. If I don't sell the gear, I don't get fed. I mean, I have kids, teenagers. I don't know what the future will hold for them if they decided to come into the market. I mean, my daughter's here now, just helping out on a Saturday. But who knows what the future will hold with the market?
I keep saying, well, fishmonger's going to disappear. I want to see a future in market, but I do fear for the market, the way they're modernising towns and opening all these out-of-town shopping malls, or whatever they call them.
Whether I should say this or not, but I think that basically your government, local and national, are to blame for a lot of this, because they're pushing the cars out of town. They're making it easy for people to shop in these out-of-town shopping areas instead of making it easier for them to shop in towns. I mean, and it's not just Doncaster market. If you go to any market in the country now, you'll find that there's, in most markets, I should say 90% of them, they're declining. For a number of reasons. Your out-of-town shopping, your Sunday markets, your Sunday trading, your farm shops, they're all having an effect on market. And when we talk about the market, we're talking about the town. The point is that councils and governments, I keep emphasising, they've got to realise they've got to make it so that people can get in with the cars. make it so people can get here to shop and get away.
Eventually, I have got to admit that I am afraid the market's going to disappear. Eventually. It'll take some time yet, but eventually I'll fight hammer and tongue to keep it. But we'll do it. We've been doing it for years.
I've been here for 40 years. I don't know if I'll be here for another 40 years. But why do I do it? I've done it since I was a kid. I've done it since I left school.
The market's at the heart of a town. Take away the market and you take away the heart, and the town will die. But we're not going to die without a fight.
It's been my life. Well, you know, you can't say no more than that, can you, like? I've done no else all my life.
No, I wouldn't want to work anywhere else. I love the markets. And you just can't meet a better set of people.
If the town, the people, the government and that want the markets, then they've got to have some input into them, more than what they have. They've got to look at ways of bringing people back to these markets. Yeah, we've had some good time, we've had some bad times on markets, but I'll still be there in 20 years if they'll let me. I don't know why, but it seems that sometimes people don't think until they've lost it. And then they say, where's it gone? But it's their fault. They should use it while they've got it.